Lies of P is a Souls-like game set in the Pinocchio world. And like many other Souls-like games, if you manage to beat the main story, you can start again on a New Game Plus mode. So I want to go over what's different in the New Game Plus. Are there new weapons, new bosses, new endings? Is there further progression of stats? And what do you keep and what do you lose when you start the game all over again? And is it worth it? Is it fun? So let's go over everything now, starting with how does the New Game Plus work? So to unlock this, you have to beat the game, the main story the first time, and get any of the endings. This will flag a message at the end asking if you want to end the game and restart. And doing so will start you back again at the beginning in the station cart. Now you can choose not to restart the game, letting you go back and explore the different zones, do side quests, or wrap up any unfinished business you've got. And then when you go back to the hotel, you can then choose to restart and start this New Game Plus. And it's basically the same game again, but on a harder difficulty. They ramp up the damage and the health of the bosses and some enemies, and the game just gets overall a little bit harder. So what do you lose and what do you keep? So when you start a New Game Plus, you'll get a warning of what you're going to lose. You'll lose your collectibles, except the records that you found, and then you'll lose the craft supply boxes and the collections that you hand in to the different people to expand the shops and discover the new things. So other than that, you keep pretty much everything else. All your stat points, your P-Organ skills, they can be reset, but you'll keep all of the ones you've put in. Your quartz will be kept, and all of your items, your boss souls, your weapons, your boss weapons, all of your armor, your equipment, your outfits. So New Game Plus is basically a continuation of your current playthrough. You get to roam through all the bosses again, you can get all the rewards again. The world is essentially reset, but you carry forward everything you had before. So you kind of go into the first boss with your boss weapons, your grindstones on fire to set fire to your weapons and stuff, your Legion arm. And it's really fun doing these early bosses where maybe you had a tiny health bar, the beginner sword. You go back in there with everything you had and it's ramped up difficulty. And yeah, it just kind of makes the old fights feel refreshing and new. So it's really fun. So why should you start a New Game Plus? Why not just finish the game and put it away and then just move on? Let's go over all the reasons I think it's worth starting a New Game Plus. Firstly, your P-Organ will extend. So when you go into a New Game Plus, you'll unlock Phase 6 of the P-Organ, which is your skill tree, furthering for each New Game Plus you do. So Phase 7 for New Game Plus 2, I believe. So yeah, it lets you unlock cooler and stronger abilities, which is a great incentive to keep playing the game because you're constantly progressing your character. On top of this, you get new quartz for every boss you kill because the game is essentially reset and you can loot everything again, letting you unlock more and more skills, letting you get super overpowered and really dig into this skill tree more than you're allowed to in the base game with the limited quartz available. All the equipment you find in the game will be at a higher level, so your gear will have a +1 it on your first New Game Plus. So it'll be, imagine the same item, but with higher stats, so better protection, better defense, that sort of thing. You can get the boss souls again, which means if you grabbed the amulet last time, you can get the boss weapon this time, and vice versa. Meaning on your second playthrough, it's really easy to get every single boss weapon in the game. And another really good reason is you can get the best ending. So there are multiple endings in Lies of P, depending of course on, what you do at each decision. So you'll notice throughout the game, there are decisions on whether you lie or not. And then there are also certain very important decisions near the end of the game. And the ending you get is based upon these decisions, and it's based upon your humanity, which you'll notice in the game. The lies have an influence on, human or puppet. That's kind of the whole thing driving the game. And on your second playthrough, you'll know who to trust. You'll know sort of where the twists are going to be, and you get you unlock more records in the New Game Plus mode, which you can use to listen to, and they influence your humanity as well. So there's a lot of different things on the New Game Plus that make it easier to get this best ending. And that's New Game Plus, really. It's a new start to the game with everything you had before to try and get a different ending, try new bosses and to push yourself, try new builds. It's pretty fun. I would say the game is definitely more difficult on New Game Plus, but it does feel a little unbalanced. I would say you are significantly stronger than the enemies. You're not brought down as much as the enemies seem to be. Some bosses that were initially really difficult on my first playthrough, like the Archbishop, I found incredibly easy on New Game Plus and did it in one try with, my maxed out weapon and my high skills and my P-Organ with no soul, no ergo farming, just playing through the game once. I found it incredibly easy on the second time through on New Game Plus. But that's not to say that the New Game Plus is easy, but I do think you will fly through it. I think, I streamed this over, I'll link that down below, my Twitch stream. I streamed kind of the end of the game, and then I just threw myself into New Game Plus to try it, and we just blasted through like 5 bosses in, a few hours. It did not feel as hard as I was expecting, But, you know, you can start again and again, and it keeps getting harder and harder, and you will cap out before the enemies do. You have soft caps. So I do think it will keep getting harder. But hey, it's a new challenge. It's interesting to try different things. It's fun. And it's nice to go back and fight these bosses with all your gear and all your upgrades. And, you know, as you're going through a second time, getting these new endings, getting every item in the game, being able to get more upgrade materials to upgrade different weapons and try different weapons and progress your character, fill the P organ tree. It feels really good. So yeah, if this helped explain how the game goes once you finish it, or gave you some motivation maybe to start New Game Plus, yeah, let me know. Have you tried it? What do you think? Is it fun? Did you find it easy? Did you find it too hard? Did you give up halfway through the game? I'd love to know. These Souls-like games have a you know, they've got a notoriety for being super difficult, but then the Souls-like veterans say they're too easy. I think this was quite a hard one compared to some of the others. The parry system, the timing on certain things in the game definitely felt quite challenging, but it's been very fun to play through and you know, master. And I hope everyone else has had as much fun as I have. I think it's been a fantastic game with a great story and quite a unique combat system, which, you know, it's been really fun. So let me know what you think. Subscribe for more and take care. That's it for this video. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.